Several firefighters are believed to have died in a runaway veld fire in Boston in the KwaZulu-Natal Midlands, and our reporter Nonhlakanipho Magwaza is at the scene and she joins us now. So Nonhlakanipho, good afternoon to you once again. What is the latest? Are you able now or have you been able to get any word from the officials that are currently on the scene?
Good afternoon, Alicia. So far, what we can confirm is that there are 3 firefighters that are deceased, with 5 injured, 2 seriously injured. One was taken by a chopper earlier on to a hospital, a nearby hospital. But with me now is the Umngeni Mayor, Mr. Pappas, who will be telling us more about exactly what happened. Mr. Pappas, do we know how the fire started?
So firstly, I just wanted to put out there that yes, 3 people have passed away, and as the Umngeni municipality, we extend our condolences to those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. All 3 of them were volunteer firefighters. The suspected source of the fire is poachers down at the bottom of the valley. Earlier this morning, the eyewitnesses claimed that poachers at the bottom of the valley started fires. It's a common occurrence when people try to get animals out so that they can poach them. That fire then got away. It was not a particularly windy day, but it has been hot and dry conditions in the area. There is a severe fire warning out in this area. We have had very, very bad fires just over the weekend. A number of fires, plantations burnt, nature reserve burnt down, farms have lost, houses have been burnt down. But that is the suspected source so far.
Do we know specifically whose land this is the municipality or privately owned land?
So this is privately owned land, but there's a bit of a mixture. There's sappy plantations, there's Ingonyama trust land or traditional authority land. This particular land that we're standing on now is private land, but as you can see, as you've panned around here, the fire extends beyond the hills that we've seen, and it covers a large number of people.
Do we know the extent of the damage?
No, not yet. The fire is not out as we stand here. Every now and again the airplanes are flying over. We have local landowners, farmers, we have Umngeni district working on it, we have SAPI volunteers, we have working on fire. People are still trying to put out the fires, but I must send a strong warning to community members out there. There is a really strong fire danger in place at the moment, so we urge people not to start fires and to be cautious out there. When you do see smoke, please report it immediately so that we can try and attend to it as quick as possible. It is fire season, but it's a particularly bad one, and across KwaZulu-Natal we've seen hundreds of hectares of land lost so far.
Mr. Pappas, I might be putting you in the spot. You just came here. Are there any interventions that the municipality is putting out to combat these fires?
So we're in a precarious position as a local municipality because we don't have a fire and rescue service as a small municipality. What we do is try to coordinate with the various stakeholders. I've mentioned some of them private and some of them government institutions. We are trying to build our own capacity because we know that different levels of government are unable to respond as we would like them to respond, specifically when there are emergencies. But this shouldn't be a finger-pointing game at this particular stage. But what we're trying to do as Umngeni municipality is, whether it is shack fires, whether it is grass fires, whether it is in the forest, we do try to educate people. We're trying to build our own capacity so we can respond where other levels of government can't. But there does need to get to a point where we seriously look at the legislation around how we enable, empower and fund local municipalities to be able to respond and build capacity to deal with these issues.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
That was Umngeni Municipality Mayor, Mr. Pappas, saying that the fire started because of poachers who were poaching in this area, and it exacerbated in the early hours of this morning. He said that they did manage to put out the fire, and he is warning people that this is a fire season and they should watch out and be on the lookout for fires and not to start fires because it's very dry and very windy currently.